since. You showed me love, thought it didn't exist, but it's right.
Good morning, YouTube. It's your girl Destiny Alexis, back with another morning video. So guys, today I'm going to be honest and say where I've been at mentally and kind of what's been going on. So it is 7 o'clock in the morning and I just woke up. I'm still in my pajamas. Recently we moved to a new city, a big city at that, and sometimes it can be hard to see all that God has for you, especially when you're not moving your feet. So as I've been getting settled, setting up the office and everything like that, I kind of lost motivation for what I felt like my purpose was, right? And I say all that to say, sometimes we're in seasons of our life where God is not going to move his feet until we move ours. And I believe that the only way that you can see what your purpose is with God is by taking steps and allowing him to guide you. I've said this so many times, but I truthfully feel like God is just waiting for us to do the thing, to take a step, to move our feet, to walk forward. And not every time are you going to be able to sprint or run or get to the finish line super fast. And I say all that to say that, lately I had been overwhelmed and frustrated because I'm starting a new business venture. I'm taking my business to the next level. And I normally don't get fearful about taking those next steps. But for whatever reason, I've been fearful. I've been overwhelmed. I have not been having a whole lot of fun with it. There's certain days where I've had a lot of fun, but I realize the days that I'm having the most fun is when I'm not in my head. And so a lot of times we don't take steps, we don't make moves, we don't walk, we don't even think about moving forward because we're so worried about being in our head. And, I talk a lot about how hard entrepreneurship and motherhood can be. And if you're not dibbling and dabbling in entrepreneurship, that's fine. But if you're someone who is an aspiring entrepreneur, if you're trying to get involved into entrepreneurship and maybe it's been hard for you, trust me, I completely understand, because now having entered into motherhood and trying to balance life, being a wife, being a good friend, a good daughter, on top of showing up on social medias, on top of figuring out which social medias to even focus on completely, algorithm, all these different things, it can be very, very overwhelming. But the thing that I've learned to do is try to just help the one person. Like sometimes we want the numbers, we want to go viral, we want to have thousands and hundreds of thousands of views. But ultimately it comes to a point where you have to just love what you're doing so much that you're okay to just help that one person. You're willing to just help the one. Be willing to just help one person with whatever piece of content you're doing, the video, the reel, the post, whatever. Just be willing to help one person, because those people are going to tell the next person. They're going to tell the next person. And eventually you're going to help so many people with just having that idea in mind. That has been super helpful, because when I get 20 views, when I get 15 likes, whatever, it doesn't bother me as much because I know at least I helped a few people, right? With all that being said, you have to be willing to take the step. You have to be willing to go forward. You have to be willing to try new things. And lately, I've been trying to redefine my schedule, because sometimes in motherhood, you can have certain schedules that you maybe started out with because your child is younger. And as they continue to grow, you're going to have to continue to redefine and revamp that. And so currently I'm in a season where I have been trying to wake up super early, but my son is so attached that he will literally wake up when I wake up. And so thankfully this morning I'm up a little bit earlier. So I think that waking up at least 30 minutes earlier than usual will help me with that, because he's still tired. And that allows me to have at least a little bit of more time in my morning to do the things that I want to do for myself. So that's another thing. Lastly, I'll just say I have recently started a new business venture, which I'm getting ready to release here in the next few weeks. And guys, I said I was fearful about it. That's no joke, but I think it's because I believe that this is something that God wants me to do and incorporate, because it's no longer me catering to just a professional in business anymore. You guys know that I have acrylic because I started out as a nail technician and I recently transitioned into a online nail supply. Now I was thinking just randomly, I had a thought one day. I was like, okay, why do I not have a product that speaks to all women? If I'm a women's empowerment nail brand, if I feel like there's something missing and I know I want to empower women, I need a product that's going to empower all women. It doesn't matter your professionalism. It doesn't matter how skilled you are in the beauty industry. I need something that is going to empower all women, right? And so that's where we are in business now. Update on that, my inventory is said to be shipped out in the next 3 days. I have to get another shelf here soon, so within the next week, and we're going to be putting up inventory, closing down the website, and adding all the products to the website to start this new venture. And guys, I've been fearful, but I believe that it was something that God placed on my heart, and so I know with faith things are going to work out the way that they need to. Biggest thing I want you guys to remember is, even though you can be fearful at times, you can be confused, overwhelmed, and lately that has been all of my emotions. I know that God ultimately has directed my path. He has made it to where even though I'm confused, as long as I'm willing to take the steps, as long as I'm willing to walk forward, and as long as I'm willing to trust in Him, I have nothing to worry about. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. But as long as I'm willing to trust in Him, and as long as I'm willing to put in the effort, then I have nothing to worry about. And neither do you. And God has been in my life in multiple seasons, and He has showed up in so many different ways, to the point I have no excuse. And so I just wanted to tell someone today, if you're feeling like things are not working, if you're feeling like you are nervous to take a step, if you're feeling afraid or like, what's the point? It's not going to work. Maybe you're beating up on yourself and you're just feeling overwhelmed. I encourage you to take even the smallest step, because that little ounce of faith can move mountains. That little bit of faith in God to say, I'm going to try it anyway. I'm just going to do it anyway. I don't know what this is going to bring, but I'm going to try it anyway. You never know what God is going to do with that. And so be willing and be obedient to just try. And the path is not going to be clear immediately. It's not going to make sense right off the bat. And some days it might make sense, and then tomorrow you'll wake up and be like, oh my gosh, what the heck was I thinking? What made sense about this again? Like, you might lose it all, like, mentally, and be like, I don't even remember why I thought this was a good idea, or I don't even know whatever steps I was supposed to take again, right? Because sometimes I'll be like, oh, I got it. And then the next day I'm like, oh my, I don't even know what I don't even remember, right? But that's just the enemy, and that's just you being in your head, and that's just you procrastinating in a way. So I learned now to just go. I don't care if I get 10 likes. I don't care if 20 people see it. I'm going to do what I got to do, and I'm going to help the one person. And as I continue to help the one person, they're going to tell the next person about me, and the next person's going to tell the next person about me. And then eventually I'm going to be where I want to be and where I feel like God is calling me to be. That's the same thing with you. So don't get overwhelmed. And if you get overwhelmed, don't be so hard on yourself about it. Know and accept the feelings and say, okay, I'm overwhelmed right now, but I'm going to be out of this soon. And it may take a day, it may take 2 days. But ultimately, if you come to God with your request and you let Him know how you feel, and you tell Him everything that you got going on, because He knows it anyway, I promise you He will turn it around, or He will shift you in the direction you need to go in. And you're going to know when He does it too. So I'm excited. I'm happy to get back on YouTube. I'm happy to share my new product with you all. And I'm happy to just share my life because, you know, sometimes motherhood can be really, really lonely. And I don't care if you have all the help in the world. You sometimes will feel like I am doing this and I feel like I'm doing it alone. Or I may feel like I have to have all the answers or I have to have it figured out because you're a mom. But ultimately, we're all figuring it out. I don't care if you're a mom of 4, if you're a mom of 1, if you're becoming a mother. I don't care what your thing is, right? You don't have all the answers, and it's okay if you don't, because God is going to continue to reveal certain things to you, and it's going to help you build your character. It's going to help you become a better mother, and it's going to help you in all areas of your life in general. So motherhood has really taught me how to be patient. It's taught me how to be generous, how to be more grateful. There's a lot of things I've learned, and there's a lot of things I'm still learning, not even just about my son, but about myself. And I appreciate the lessons because, you know, I don't think I would have wanted to take the test any other way. With all that said, you guys, I want you to take that with you. Take whatever you can with you from this video and just remain hopeful, because sometimes days can be hard, and whatever your battle is, whatever your struggles are, whatever you're going through, if you're experiencing depression behind, you know, not knowing what your purpose is, or not knowing what God called you to do, not knowing why you're here in the first place, or what is your thing here on earth? What do you stand for? I want you to talk to God about it. And I want you to think about what makes you happy. And if you don't know what makes you happy, start asking God to help you find those things that make you happy. Because I believe that your purpose is wrapped around the things that brings you the most fulfillment in life. So I love you guys, and I will talk to you later on this week. Hopefully I will be showing you guys some more stuff business related soon. Just getting a little bit more settled in and trying not to give too much stuff away. But more videos to come. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.